Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I finally have a special guest star. Well, not really star, but a very special guest. Call out my contacts. Nobody ever is available when I call them to the show. But today finally we got a very lovely guest today. My sister, Angel. So, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Seem a little tense.
Well, you know what we get into today.
I do know what we get into, so I can understand your frustration, But I already know what we're about to talk about. So today we are talking Resident Evil, one of our favorite video game franchises. Basically grew up with it since we were little kids. And we're going to talk about Resident Evil 8 Village.
AKA a disappointment to human society and all gamers.
Resident Evil 8 Village. Okay, so I'll let you start. What did you think about the trailer? Because I saw it first by myself, and then I showed it to you. So what did you think about that trailer?
Well, with the trailer I was getting more Fallout vibes with how, the creatures were looking. Thought it was well animated. Didn't have any complaints until I saw that it was Resident Evil.
You thought it was well animated?
Yeah.
It's coming out on PS5.
Yeah. The graphics were good.
The graphics were good, but like you said, I was not getting Resident Evil vibes. Fallout, maybe Call of Duty. When I first saw the trailer, I didn't even know what I was watching. But then when I saw Resident Evil, I was like, oh, what? Do you remember they showed a werewolf in it?
Yeah, I don't know where they were going with that one.
I have no... What is it, Little Red Riding Hood? What are we doing? A werewolf?
And then, did you see that man with the glasses and the beard?
That's what made me think. That's what made me have Fallout vibes.
Yeah.
That's
did he have a cowboy hat on?
It looked like he did. Looked like he had a beard.
So we trying to dip into
I don't know what
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption, Fallout, Call of Duty, everything but Resident Evil. When you think of Resident Evil, you think of Chris, Leon, Jill, zombies.
Oh, but don't, at the end, they tried to sprinkle them in there.
Who?
Which one, Chris?
Chris is the one in the army. Chris is my favorite character. He is the army guy.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
They
tried to have him at the end.
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
They tried to have him at the end. Now, see, the problem I have with Chris Chris has always looked good. And the voice actor that they had playing him, I don't know if you know this, I mentioned this before, Roger Craig Smith, the voice of Batman in Arkham Origin. His voice, everything fits with him. You didn't see how he looked on Resident Evil 7, did you? You didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Angel, he looked like a crackhead on Resident Evil 7. This dude, you go from, in number 6, this big, tough, army-looking dude, and then you go to number 7, look like somebody completely different. I don't know. In this game, he looks more kind of like he did in number 6. He just looks like he's older, but I don't know. I still got issues with him, but I just don't like. What do you think about Ethan? He was in number 7, and now he's in this one. What do you think about him?
This man is totally irrelevant. We don't know who this man is. Going to the woods to fetch his fiance.
That was a number 7.
And then they break up, and then he was like, they had already broken up before he left to go get her.
Well, they had broken up because she went missing for 3 years. He thought she was simply dead, then he got a message from her.
A random message.
Yeah, and then he went to that.
He goes out to the woods.
Then he went to that hillbilly farm, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And hold on, I just want to say something real quick, because I made a review over Resident Evil 7. So people may see this, they'd be like, you just said that the game was good, because I gave that game an 8 out of 10. I did like that game a lot. The game was fun. I had a really good time. I like the graphics. I do like that it was a completely new story. But here's where the but comes in. I thought that was just maybe a little phase that they were going through.
I thought it was a phase too.
You know,
like they trying something new.
I
want to see if people like it, but we just gonna play
I thought if they made a sequel, we would get back to the basics. I thought the sequel, even if they had Ethan in the sequel, I thought they would have another character like Leon or Jill. You know, when I think of Resident Evil, what do you think makes Resident Evil?
Definitely the unique monsters they got in there, and then definitely the characters. I mean, they all have backgrounds that connect in the end, you know? They come together, they all come together in 6.
Yeah.
They're all in the same universe, same world.
Which Resident Evil game would you say is the best?
Definitely 6.
Definitely 6. 6 is like the Avengers of it all. Because in numbers 1 through 5, you have Chris, Leon, Claire, Sherry, Ada, you know, Jill. And then in number 6, all those characters come. Some of them are meeting each other for the first time. It's like Raccoon City reunion. You know, then you have number 7. Completely new story. You just wipe out, you have this guy named Ethan. Goes to this hillbilly Texas Chainsaw Massacre farm, deals with a crazy old man. The thing I did like about 7 was 7 kind of reminded me of number 1 a lot, because in number 1 you were trapped in a mansion. 7 brought back survival horror, and that is what I think, and a lot of people think, makes Resident Evil. Because in number 1 it was survival horror. You were in a mansion by yourself, zombies running around. You know, you had to survive in this mansion. Number 7, you had to survive in this. It was kind of like, it was a really big farmhouse. It was a really big house. So I was kind of giving number 1 vibes with that. But at the same time, like you said, I'm not a big fan of just completely seeming like we're just wiping out.
A lot of isolation is going on.
Yeah, we're just wiping out everything that happened through 1 through 6. Look at some of this trailer.
Friendly. Who are you? Who sent you? What's going on? They're coming. Who is?
The thing, I'm still stuck. I hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm still stuck on the werewolf thing.
I don't understand, like, if that's a new, I can understand if that's like a new creature, but that doesn't even align with, I mean,
when you think of Resident Evil monsters,
it's zombies, I mean, they have
Lickers,
yeah,
Nemesis, Mr. X,
yeah,
Simmons,
they're all basically
all
like zombies, but they're just like
different virus, but a werewolf?
That's not really something Umbrella comes up with.
I know this game is not real, and I know it, you know, because in real life there wouldn't be Nemesis chasing around.
Well, we have a few Nemesis in our life, but
like who?
It's a metaphor.
Oh, I don't know what she's talking about there, but I thought she was talking about Daddy for a second. But anyways, when you think of Resident Evil monsters, I've never seen any kind of mythological type. You have a werewolf in this game. You might as well have the giant from, what is it, Jack and the Beanstalk, when he goes up into, you might as well have that stuff. You might as well have vampires in it. I thought this game was another Elder Scrolls at first when I first saw the trailer. I was like, is this Elder Scrolls 6? Yeah.
And then who are those women in those old, like, what is that, 70s, 80s garb? Or like 60s?
When I saw that, I just thought maybe somebody was telling a story and that was a flashback. That's what I would hope. But you know, you never know. You never know. I don't think the game would be fun. 7 was fun. I didn't think this game would be fun. Yeah. But as far as Resident Evil goes, I don't think that you can put Resident Evil in this title.
If they want to make this a game, that would be cool, but they should just put like...
It's like we're doing something...
Put it to the side as another game.
As another whole series. As
call it a whole nother game.
Call it a whole nother
Resident
game.
Evil.
When you put Resident Evil in that title,
they're not even doing the Resident Evil 6 voice or Resident Evil 7.
Yes.
Resident Evil 8.
That's one of the things that made the game. Real Resident Evil fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. What we're talking about right now. The voice in the beginning of the game. That is what made the game.
I think that's why. They know that it's not Resident Evil. That's why
that guy didn't want to come back for it. He read the screen. He's like, "Where am I at?" It's like, "Oh, you're not in the." He's like,
Or he saw the trailer and he said he ain't gonna say it no more.
When this voice came on,
Resident Evil 4.
Whether you were starting a new game or continuing a save game, you knew what you was getting into.
Man.
This dude was in every single Resident Evil game. When he came on and he said that, you already knew
it was time to get down.
You know what was about to happen.
Now I'm just confused. Like, should I press start?
Right. It's like the game.
Is the game started yet?
The game came on. I'm wondering if my volume.
Am I still looking at the home screen?
When I first got 7, I turned it on. I must have turned that game off, the whole system off, and replugged it in 4 or 5 times. I'm like, something that's not. What am I missing?
This man ain't saying.
It's like my volume's off. I don't even hear nothing.
Where's Waldo?
Right. Where's the guy at? Resident Evil. They don't even say anything. They just jump right into it.
Man, like, can you prepare me first? Can I get a sip of water? Breathe?
That's probably the biggest disappointment in number 7 and in number 8. Well, we don't know if it's gonna happen in number 8 or not, but I doubt it. They didn't have it in 7. I doubt they would have it in 8. That's one of the biggest disappointments. But it's like they're just doing away with everything from 1 through 6 as if it never happened. Don't see any Neo Umbrella things. There's little Easter eggs here and there, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like they're having anything to do with that. You don't see any of the original characters that we fell in love with, except for Chris. But it's like when you redesign him and you make him look like somebody who's on meth, it's like I'm not even a big fan of that guy. That's not even Chris. This is Chris. You know.
Yeah, and I also think that if they did move this type of format of game into another, like calling it something other than Resident Evil, then if they sprinkled in Chris at the end like how they did, it would be cool because it's like, oh, these games are connected.
Yeah.
These, like,
they should call it something. That's what I said, number 7.
But when it's Resident Evil and you sprinkle Chris in, even though he's a main character, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like he becomes like just a.
Why is he a sideshow?
He becomes like an Easter egg. Like, oh yeah, that's the guy from number 5. It's like he's not an Easter egg. He's a main character.
Yeah. He has a whole storyline.
That would be.
And you definitely know that they could have continued his storyline because
they could have continued all of them.
I'm saying that
nobody's died. None of them died in number 6. We've been playing this game since what, 7, 8?
Yeah.
We not like all y'all other kids. Our parents didn't shut us away from scary stuff, but we were pretty young playing these games. And my favorite character has always been Chris. But it's like when y'all who's your favorite character?
I like
Leon.
Leon more.
Daddy likes Leon too.
And Jake.
Jake. Really? I did not like Jake.
Isn't Jake the bald-headed one?
Yeah. But Jake, I think he was only in number 6. He wasn't in the other. I think I could be wrong, but I believe he was only in number 6. Chris and Ada are my 2 favorite characters. And like I said, if the game, I said this in my Resident Evil 7 review, which if you guys haven't seen that yet, you should go check it out because it's a really good video. But if they named it something else, the game could work on its own without Resident Evil in the title. This game looks like it could work. If the game is simply called Village or something, it's just like there's a new movie coming out called Spiral. It's supposed to be within the Saw franchise. You probably not seen the trailer. It's a new movie coming out with Chris Brown. It's called Spiral. If they do something like that, name the game Village, but have it tie into the same universe as Resident Evil. Then when you have Chris at the end, it's like, oh, those are connected.
Yeah.
It's like a spin-off.
Ethan can have his own game.
Yeah, it's like a spin-off.
But when Ethan's trying to take over,
yeah, it's like,
that's
who are
when
you?
you have the problem.
It's like, who are you?
But he can have his own game.
He can have his own game. I didn't think Ethan was bad.
We still don't know what he looks
We
like.
don't even know what the dude looks like.
We don't.
He playing in first person mode the whole. I have no clue what this
We know
guy
what his
looks like.
fiance looks like.
Yeah, I get. We have to wait and see though. The game may surprise us. You know, I doubt it, but it may surprise us.
I think I'll allow someone else to buy it and I'll play it. But
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be buying it myself.
I think I'll watch a couple clips on YouTube, and then if I like what I see, then I'll get it. You know, but Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil Biohazard. If you're not a fan of Resident Evil, or if you don't know what it is, I would advise you to check it out. This game is this franchise is an awesome series. Numbers 1 through 6, very awesome. 7 is awesome too, but if you play 1 through 6 and then you play 7, you may see our frustration.
Yeah.
So,
Unless you like games like that, then 7 and 8 will be great for you.
yeah.
Like we said, we like games like that too. It's just when you try to make it Resident Evil. I played games like 7 and 8 where it's one character in one story, and I've played that before and it's cool, but in Resident Evil, that's just not how it works.
It's
I mean, we don't have the third person point of view anymore. We don't have the, you know, it's just a lot.
They're doing
we don't have the crates. We don't have the.
Oh yeah.
We don't have any of that. We don't even have the roll. We don't have the roll.
The what?
When Jill rolls,
Oh.
we don't have that. I mean, none of it.
That's not a big thing for me, but it's like it just seems like they're doing away with everything that we love about them.
I'm saying
It's like,
even the moves.
Yeah.
He can't do much. All he does is shoot a gun. He can't do any.
a werewolf. A werewolf, people.
He moves fairly slow. I mean, wasn't he injured? He was injured, but Ethan moves fairly slow, like very slow.
A werewolf.
Better for him because the grandpa movement was slower, but
Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And I want to thank you for coming on to the show. Very much thank you. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. And
no, I didn't.
you didn't.
That cup of tea I had earlier, that was kind of bland.
I didn't make the tea.
I said three sugar.
I didn't make
cubes.
the tea.
I said 3 sugar.
You gotta talk to Michael.
And milk.
Mike, she talked
Milk.
about you. She talked about
Fix
you.
yourself.
I didn't make the
Fix
tea.
yourself.
I didn't make the tea. I don't know why you get mad at me.
Fix yourself.
I actually
Because
have.
that tea was bland.
Okay,
It was bland.
it's not that big of a deal, Angel. We can stop talking about the tea.
It was bland.
Angel.
You asked if I enjoyed my show.
I just asked
I'm
you.
just letting you know.
Okay, when,
I'm just letting you know.
when somebody asks you, did you enjoy yourself, they don't really want to know if you enjoyed yourself.
Well,
I just want to hear a yes, and then I cut.
I'm
to where we
keeping
end
it
the
real for
video.
the viewers that you.
Actually, my tea was pretty good. I had to write it down as sugar. I had cream. I had everything. I thought the tea was good.
Well, you're the guest star. That's why they doing it.
I'm not. You're the guest. What are you talking
well,
What?
You definitely the guest.
You're the guest. This is my show.
I stole it.
Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. I'm sorry that you didn't enjoy yourself or whatever. Maybe you should make a YouTube channel called Angel CHATZ.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah, I doubt
It's the last y'all gonna see me.
I doubt anybody would ever even watch it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please leave a like, please comment, and please share this video with your friends. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.